What are this light? Holy shit.
Yeah, we are fucking lit.
Welcome
No comment.
to our monthly edition of the Panthers Poundcast. I'm Los Pantera, along with this guy.
Jamaica's Plow.
And that guy.
Master Splinter. In the house of Splinter. In Casa de Splinter. In one of the...
in picturesque Charlotte, North Carolina.
One of the final shows in...
this place.
In this room.
As it is.
Yeah. What? Wait.
Ah, God.
This is new.
I'm bringing up... that's kind of Inception right there, because I'm bringing up the stream so I could read the comments, because we're recording with one phone.
I can't see that far.
Reading comments for another.
I can see it. Looks
But
good.
yeah, I'm having a second child in as many years, so this is our third bedroom that we kind of converted into the Poundcast studio.
This is the last show we're going to do here?
It's one of them. But because
the countdown is on.
I have 7 months until I have to have this fucking
I
room
never
ready
put
for a kid.
Honestly, never put two and two together until right this very second. This is genuine shock that this is
we are going
end
to
of an era.
This room is going to have to be painted. Unless it's a boy. Man, even if it's a girl,
No, if it's a girl.
screw it.
I'm
going to leave all the posters up and everything. Just
beautiful
put a crib in
color.
here.
Seriously, yeah.
It is a nice color.
I mean, well, why wouldn't you?
It's a very nice color.
It's a beautiful color. I got this from Lowe's, and it is official Panther blue.
Yeah, you have to at least keep one of the areas still blue, if that's possible. I don't think it's possible.
I don't know.
But anyhow.
Painting over that black's going to be fun.
Well, it's definitely, yeah. Well, you can use it as a chalkboard.
Yeah.
You know, for our Ridge, when he's old enough, put a little frame on it and put that chalkboard paint. So.
Sure.
Well, welcome back to the lair. So
End of an era. Speaking of end of an era, we said goodbye to a couple teams, teammates. A couple teams. Fuck.
And I wish we could say goodbye to a couple of teams.
Yeah, no shit.
Goodbye Saints, goodbye Falcons. CJ's gone. Charles Johnson.
Biggs, Charles Johnson.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Number 2 in sacks, number 2 in forced fumbles for the team over its entire history. Second, of course, only to Julius Peppers.
He made eye contact
There's a
with
comment.
me on the field.
Read it to us.
Oh, there's a comment.
We're blind,
Put everything up higher.
so the kid can't touch it.
Ah, right.
Good advice.
Good advice from Adam.
Yes,
job, Adam.
Charles Johnson gone.
Good about being
Jonathan
hired.
Stewart, 28. Double
Yeah.
trouble. The last remember, he's gone.
And Double Trouble is completely gone from Carolina.
10 years.
It is
A
weird to think of
decade.
Stewart being here for a decade. It is bizarre. It
Yeah.
just doesn't feel that way.
Do you think Stewart's going to find a new home?
Yes.
Yeah. He's
Probably it'd be New Orleans or Buffalo. Or,
I'm going to go with one of those who are
Yeah.
New York.
I heard Seattle might be interested in him as well.
That'd be interesting. And I don't think that he'd perform well because I think he needs a good offensive line.
Yeah, but he's also, that's kind of closer to home, isn't he, Oregon? I mean, he went to school
Yeah,
in Oregon,
he
so I
went-
don't
he
know.
went to school
He's
in
still
Oregon.
wearing that yellow jersey underneath his entire career.
I
He's a
wish him
diehard
well.
Duck.
He's a class act. He's a nice guy. I've got a story. I want to tell a Jonathan Stewart story.
Tell it, Jonathan.
In memory of.
Thanks to this guy. We went to a raffle in Mint Hill, and I was still living up north, and I came to visit, and we went to go, and Mikey has this whole bag of merch. We need to get everybody to sign it. Matt Moore was the quarterback that year.
Hell yeah.
So this is going back.
Moore.
D. Will was there. Tons of people
It was
were there.
2009.
Jordan Gross, 2009. There you go. So we went up in there, and I met Jonathan Stewart. He signed some of the merch that this guy gave me. And we get to the end of the line. He was very nice, smiling, the whole nine. We end up getting back to the end of the line. He's like, all right, now we need to get this stuff signed. I'm like, I'm not going back up there. These people, already saw us. Like, I'm very recognizable. Well, he forced me to do it, and the warmth of Jonathan Stewart totally evaporated. He was talking to somebody else and signing it like this, not even paying attention. He signed some of my finger by accident. So I pissed off Jonathan Stewart.
That's not true.
Thanks to this guy.
Jonathan Stewart was not angry.
He was bothered. He was
Jonathan
definitely
Stewart
very-
doesn't get angry.
He's very sensitive.
Yeah.
Carlos is sensitive. That was a very bad story.
No. I mean, he's a really nice guy. I offended him, so I'm apologizing to him now that he's gone.
I have fond memories of Double Trouble from the Double Trouble bowling party,
Yep.
the 80s party.
Costume time.
And dressing up as,
Where was this?
It was at Carolina Lanes.
over Carolina Lanes, and D. Will and J. Stu dressed up. D. Will was carrying around a giant inflated boombox.
Yeah, he was going 1980s Carlton style.
Oh, very cool.
And I think Jonathan Stewart was just kind of wearing what he wears.
Yeah, I don't remember. No, he was
His Oregon
he was
jersey.
Michael Jackson. Remember?
Oh, I thought he was wearing, like, the nerdy stuff.
I don't know.
Like the
what the hell he's doing.
Urkel.
No one knows. It was a good time. They were good guys. That was the best I've ever enjoyed Carolina Panthers running games, the double trouble days, by 1,000.
Yeah.
There's nothing that compares to those guys together.
Oh man,
That was a good time. And they were good dudes. Had a lot
watching
of
them
good
just
fan
destroy
interaction.
the Bucks over and over and over.
So,
again.
bon voyage, Mr. Stewart and Mr. Johnson. We appreciate you. Brings us to the next guy, old Coleman,
Old Kurt Coleman.
who kind of sucked it up here for 2 seasons. He was great the Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Inconsistent,
He just-
injured,
as soon as he
Seems
was
very
and
released,
paid like a mofo down there. New Orleans paid
as
him
soon
what?
as he was released, he was up in Indianapolis talking to teams at the Combine. He met with the Bengals and the Saints. Decided on the Saints a 3-year, $18 million contract with $6.5 million due in the first year.
Didn't you see that some, you said you saw some Saints fans not very pleased?
No, they were like talking about how they enjoyed playing Coleman because they could count on him getting burned twice a year. Like, they are not stoked. But I think it's weird because don't they have 2 safeties? They have the guy.
They got Vaccaro.
Yeah, that's what
Vaccara's
they're
gonna get
saying.
released, but they have Von Bell,
Right.
and then they also have the guy that missed the fucking tackle in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that
Not the Super Bowl, the fucking
Yeah,
Flags
the
game.
championship game.
yeah, that fucking guy. But
So then he
performed
provides
really well.
the same reason Panthers
He was
brought
a
him in for
backup.
that, but he's that veteran presence. He has had some success. He has been to the Super Bowl. But $18 million, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I'd love to
for
beat
sure.
him. I thought when we got Roman Harper that was the worst thing because we used to burn Roman Harper all the time, and then he ended up actually playing pretty decent for us for a little bit. So who knows? Maybe a change of atmosphere. Coleman, we're gonna have to play him twice.
Good.
Yeah, screw it. Like
My
honestly,
prediction: he'll actually
I'm not
miss one
afraid
of the
of Kurt
games.
Coleman.
He'll miss one of the games.
No,
I'm
I'm not worried
thinking.
about it either. I think Cam will do well. He'll know how to expose him. And so who do you think will take a spot? We're going to get Trey Boston back here?
I don't know. Trey Boston would make a lot of sense.
He had a great year last year.
Yeah, Chargers fans, like I just happened to go over to the Chargers subreddit, and they were talking about Trey Boston, like begging him to come back. They said we've got something really special here
Yeah.
to come back. So obviously he performed well enough to endear the fans.
We
to
had,
him.
what, 5 picks? Who the hell on
Yeah.
our team had
Yeah,
5
what do they have? Like
picks?
5 fans?
I mean,
Sorry, San Diego fans.
L.A.
I don't feel like he got a fair
Los Angeles
shake.
Chargers full.
I don't know, but San Diego, there's still fans in San Diego.
It's
They just don't move the team.
all
There
fans
are
go
Panthers
away.
fans in fucking Malaysia, but
Oh,
they're
I
not the
get that.
Malaysia Panthers.
Yes, they are.
There are people still referring themselves as San Diego Chargers fans, not LA Chargers.
Why are we talking about such a minuscule?
Because we're talking about
Yeah, they
Trey
can't fill
Boston.
a fucking soccer stadium. Why are we talking about that team?
All right,
They're
so
bad.
we don't know what's going to. What needs do we have to? Are we looking for here at the combine? What kind of player are we looking at? What position are we looking
Fill
at?
in the blank.
Honestly, I haven't.
Fill in the blank.
First of all, Adam Edwards says pay Norwell and keep pounding. Den from the Keep Pounding podcast says what's up, fellas, or what's happening, fellas. Actually,
That's one of my favorite shows from the
What's happening?
'70s.
Not a whole lot,
Rerun.
man.
Raj.
Just trying to figure out what our team's going to do. A lot of questions surrounding
yeah.
us.
Now, none of us follow college football.
We have no college knowledge.
But I mean, if you're looking at just the holes on the team, you have already had Rivera say that he wants a veteran receiver. So I'm not thinking that we're going to go and get a receiver high.
It'd be late round, yeah, if we do.
Plus, you've got CMC, who's a receiving threat out of the backfield.
Right,
You've got
but he's not
Greg
a-
Olsen. You've got Funchess. You want to know what Funchess is before you go and draft somebody. You really want to know that. And if you bring in a veteran wide receiver and let that Funchess experiment play out,
Right.
then I think you go into the next draft having a better idea of what your need is at that position. Plus, you've got Curtis Samuel and Amir Bird coming back
And
next
Kalen
year.
Clay,
And
perhaps.
Kalen Clay,
And Britton
perhaps.
Burson.
And
Thank you.
definitely,
Thank you
definitely
for not
Britton Burson.
forgetting
I would never
Burson.
forget the burst.
But
Ever.
you've got that. So I would say the clear hole right now in the team is running back.
Yes, yes. obviously,
You're
that's what I'm
not going to give CMC 15 carries a game.
I think you're going to see Cap, man. I don't think we're drafting on RB.
I don't know, man. I think that
The trend
Definitely.
lately is to draft a running back
if we
early.
don't draft a running back, I would have to say that we have to go and get a veteran running back.
D'Angelo Williams.
Oh, God. We'll trade.
I'm thinking that,
Jonathan Stewart
later round. You don't even think like second round, third round pick for a running back.
I think we have.
I think the Saints found Kamara at what, third round last year.
I think that if you go, I think it was second. Because they were ready to take him in the first, but Marshawn Lattimore was there. So they took Marshawn Lattimore, and then Kamara was still there when they picked him the second.
I hate that fucking guy, by the way.
Why?
Kamara?
Yeah, I just hate him to death. That's all. Moving on.
Hate him to death.
I do. He's a piece of shit.
If he was on your team, would you feel the same way?
Yes.
Stop scoring touchdowns on
I can't think
other
about
teams.
that. It's just not how it is. I live in reality land where he's a piece of shit. So
Okay, I got you.
leave me alone.
There we go.
So, yeah, I think that running back has to be. I think pass rusher has to be a priority.
Yeah, Julius Peppers and Addison, you need a younger guy in there.
Yeah.
Figuring out what you're going to do. They're talking about Taylor Moton playing guard, and Rivera said it's going to be very hard for us to keep Norwell.
Yeah, Norwell, I'm pretty much considering gone.
Yeah, I can't see a scenario where we keep Norwell. Now, here's the question. With Norwell out of the picture, what do you do with Starr?
I guess it depends on how much he wants.
Because, like, I love Starr, and I fully respect the position that he plays and the role that he plays.
Right.
But
we can't overpay him.
Is there are other options out there that can eat up 2 men? There are other options out there, and I'm not gonna say that Vernon Butler could be that guy, but we have a first round DT.
We do.
That's not playing right now.
Right.
And we got some vets doing well. Kyle Love's doing okay to be a fat piece of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's not getting any younger.
No, and honestly, I would expect to see us bring in another DT or draft one. Not in the early rounds. I wouldn't think that would surprise me.
Not at 24.
No, at 24, I'm thinking that if one of the top running backs is there, a pass rusher, or maybe a corner.
Speaking of which, because you mentioned it the other day, 24, right? Norman coming back. What are the chances?
Well,
who doesn't want to see Josh Norman come back?
How much does he want?
Exactly. Will he take a hometown hero sweetheart deal?
I'm not trying to pay Josh a fucking 31-year-old Josh Norman.
No.
Fucking $10 million a year. Are you out of your mind?
No.
He went and got his big year money out in Washington.
Yeah.
He needs to come
love
back
Josh Norman.
Me too.
I would love him on this team.
You think that Josh wouldn't come back because the money wasn't right?
You don't know. I don't know him personally like that. But
he was really upset when he had
left
here.
It was.
So I don't know what he's willing to do.
Even once Richardson's gone, there's going to be no real trace, save the couple coaches
I would love
the old regime. So
if I could throw a quarter in a fountain and get a wish, it would be Norman coming back.
$8 million a year.
Because you look at, we had a lot of holes.
What about you? It takes like a Coleman deal. That's
if you took a Coleman deal, if you want,
I'd pay him $7 million a year.
I wouldn't want a 3-year. I wouldn't want it to be like a 3-year.
You're close to me. You don't have any room.
Commitment. I don't think that I would commit to 34-year-old Josh Norman.
Right.
You can always cut him like we do every time, anyways.
Yeah.
So as long as that deal is friendly,
I feel like that's the biggest hole on our team. People can say whatever they want about O-line, D-line. Where were we kicking things and punching walls this season? Every time a fucking good quarterback played our secondary.
I think a safety is a big need.
Yeah.
Because right now you have Mike Adams and Jarius Byrd. Jarius Byrd was a Pro Bowler early in his career. He was really great. Adams is great. Had a great career in Indianapolis, but they are both old.
It's upgrade time, period.
And I don't know what Jarius' problem has been, but in New Orleans and in New Orleans he had major problems. Here he's just kind of been more of a non-factor.
Right.
He hasn't got a ton of playing time just because he's sitting behind Coleman. But at the same time,
that problem's not there anymore.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if they're going to roll with Jarius Byrd. Now that he's had a little bit of time in the system, can they get him back to being half of the Pro Bowl player that he was? Mike Adams, I think that ship has just kind of sailed. He might play another year, but I don't know what kind of player he's going to be.
Right.
We need two younger guys.
Yeah. I think it's time to really shore up.
Adams seems
our
somebody
deep game.
just to gets burned
And I
more
feel
often than
cornerback
I'd like.
is as bad as safety, for personally, my opinion. Just watching, I mean, you said it yourself. The Pro Football Focus numbers don't lie. You know, both of our starting guys are in the bottom third of total position players.
Well, look at it this way: in order to win, in order for us to go to the playoffs, we need to beat division teams. And in
Right.
order to beat division teams, you have to play Michael Thomas, Julio Jones, and Mike Evans. Like, fuck everybody else on those teams, but those three
Right.
guys will fuck your shit
It's less
up.
about them too than it is Breeze and Ryan too,
sure.
because we can't get to them. You know, no one
Right.
on the earth can cover. Not Norman,
Right.
not anybody can cover a guy that's got 13 seconds to get open.
For sure.
It's just, I mean, that's playground ball at that point.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that you have at least one person that can cover those guys.
You got like when Norman shut down half the field. Oh yeah, we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's all.
So that's the presence we need out there. So then maybe it's worth more than
And
$8
to be
million.
fair, we were
a year.
also getting a lot of pressure that year too.
Right,
So,
right.
So those are the two. It sounds very basic and rudimentary, but
So you see the results when you don't
Is
have it.
Eric
Yeah.
Washington the man that's going to resurrect this defense to something totally scary like it was in 2015?
Well, Eric Washington has been in charge of the defensive line, so I would say
He knows how to teach ferocity.
he is going.
Now
to
that it's
be
his show,
aggressive.
he's doing exactly what he wants
I'm
to.
curious to see his blitz ratio versus Wilkes. Wilkes blitzed a shitload.
He sure did.
Yeah, I think that based off of philosophy, I would imagine that he's going to use the blitz a little bit less because I think being a D-line coach, he's going
Wanting
to
the
be
line to create pressure.
He's going to want to get there with 4 instead of 5 or 6.
Right.
So
I
think,
prefer that type of play if you can make it happen. I like the
For
blitz
sure.
to be a big surprise, then Luke or Shaq and just whack somebody.
for sure get those coverage sacks, but
Right.
then again, that goes back to how long can your corners cover?
Never.
Because you've got Pep, who's
Gonna get 14 sacks this year.
He's going to kill everybody.
He's going to have to
I
slow
said-
down eventually, man.
I said there's no way that Pep can put up numbers like he has.
Yeah, I know. You
last
remember.
year.
Yeah, you
Just
did.
double.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it.
He had last year's numbers game 4. It was ridiculous.
Let him keep doing it, man, as long as he can.
But you got Addison.
He's been playing great, man. He's he's an underdog. People don't talk about him because he's undrafted, but he's good.
And you've got Star playing. He does, and Star doesn't get sacks. That's
Not
just not
Right.
not his
It's
game.
usually somebody else starting
KK.
that for him.
You should be able to get there with those 4.
And you know who? Like Wes Horton has a serviceable year every year too. He gets
Oh,
4
sure.
or 5 sacks and some forced fumbles.
He's
He saves some
improved a
games.
ton from a couple of years
And
back.
then that young kid, Brian Cox Jr.
Brian Cox Jr.
He has some hustle in him. He reminds me of a Ryan Delaire with actual athleticism.
Ryan
Sorry,
Delaire,
Ryan Delaire.
man, I felt so bad for him because
We
he
had that
was
one
so
great
good.
game. That was it.
That one game, I was like, he's gonna be fucking amazing.
Oh my God.
And then he was
The Fresh
gone.
Prince of Bel Air. Yeah, he had nicknames, then it just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
So
it's
it will be
ridiculous.
interesting. We have holes. We got to fill them. You know, Norwell's
Maybe
probably walking.
Thomas Day Koo is available.
You know, we're talking about having a
Don't say
franchise
it.
Gano too. You know, that's a possibility.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
the Giants are talking about wanting to go after Gano.
So we might have
And
to franchise his ass.
you better get used to the fact. I think Andrew Norwell is going to the Giants. I
Probably.
think Gettleman's really going to make a push for him.
Yeah, why not? He's
I've heard Gettleman will make a push for Stewart too. I've heard. I mean, you know, all the
He
people
doesn't
that know
have
him.
to.
Yeah,
There's
there you
a
go.
free agent.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, go get him, go grab him. So they're just
Yeah.
picking up the pieces like everyone.
Yeah, that's gonna kill me if Gettleman ends up winning, bringing the Giants another Super Bowl before we win one. That's really gonna sit in my craw
I
forever.
think that would be difficult for them.
Especially given their current quarterback situation. I know a GM is not going to change an entire team.
They're also in the same division as Philadelphia, and I think that like
Fluke.
Let's talk about the Super Bowl
Okay.
champion Philadelphia Eagles. Holy
Fluke.
fuck. Yeah,
Riggs.
how do you feel about? I mean, now they're going to be all right. Maybe they might not have Nick Foles as quarterback. Now we've got to face a Philadelphia Eagle team.
I don't care about their
with
offense.
Wentz.
Their defense is fucking insane.
Tom Brady could throw up 33 on him by himself.
That's a good point.
Tom Brady can throw up 33 on anybody.
I'm just
by
saying,
himself.
ain't that insane? That's all.
We did almost beat them too. I can't
We
wait.
had them beat game
We
of the
had
game.
them. We
Fuck
did. We
them.
did.
Soft
We did.
fluke.
We did.
Fuck them. Gingivitis quarterback. Fuck them. Fuck them in the face. I hate them and the whole
I can't
city.
you're wishing tooth decay to a quarterback.
I can't
That's
help
what
it.
you got,
I
right?
hate his fucking smile.
I'm glad that
That's a good metal
they
tune.
won
I hate your
instead of
smile.
Yeah, that's a sad metal song.
A true
I'll pull
ballad.
for the Eagles over the Giants.
I'll pull for fucking both. Neither one of them.
I will pull
Neither
over
one.
all of them over the Cowboys. I talked to Redskin Mario, and he wants to go to the away game this year.
What, they come here?
No, we're going away to Washington.
I'm not going back there.
Why not?
That place sucks.
Because we got casinos there. Baltimore, it's fun times.
Don't care about casinos. I like gambling on hockey.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we do have a new GM.
Nuh-uh.
It's kind of an old GM.
Yeah, well, whatever.
It's like that pair of pants you forgot you had in the back of the drawer. And it's like,
Aw.
oh, man, there's my sweet-ass pants.
They still fit so
if
nice.
those pants came in and cut Jonathan Stewart, Charles Johnson, and Kirk
Hey, he
Coleman.
flew back with some class and said it in person, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's some
pretty
classy
awesome.
moves from Mr. Herney. I appreciate that type of shit.
You know, Marty stuck around after he got fired. And he was. You listen to him on the radio. He's definitely invested in this area.
He
Well,
cares.
literally.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
he
yeah.
owns
So, right.
710 The Fan. Yeah,
Oh, I
the
didn't know
ESPN
that.
station here.
Does he
He
really?
owns
Well, that's
that.
why he's on that station then.
Exactly.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. That's his commitment to it. So we'll see what happens. His track record, they've been blasted all over Facebook. Look at how many people he's drafted in the first round. And, great track record.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's
See what
promised logic over loyalty this time around. So we'll see. So far, he's
Logically, he's just going to get the best player available.
just in terms of not overpaying, not overspending, not crippling the team for one position. He's not going to do any of that. Speaking of crippling the
Double
team,
trouble. Didn't he do
Matt
that?
Khalil got his $10 million bonus. Thanks.
How the hell did he get a bonus?
So it was a signing bonus they converted into incentives or some shit. I don't
Oh.
know. Some contract trickery, but he got $10 million. Matt Khalil. That's all.
What
I
did
just
he
wanna
do?
say.
Survive the season?
Yeah.
That's all he had to do.
He got $1 million for each concussion he caused Cam.
I
Cam
think
got killed this year because of him.
I think that Matt's going to be gone next year.
We can't. We're just locked to his stupid
No,
ass.
this is his second year.
You're talking
after
about
the-
19.
Yeah, for 2019, he'll be off the team.
I hope so. Unless he has.
Unless he has a great year.
And then that's another thing we're talking about.
That'd
You
be
know,
amazing.
we're talking about players we lost. How about players we're definitely gonna lose? Thomas Davis, Ryan Khalil, Julius Peppers, most likely after this.
Yeah,
season.
this is all right.
This
This
is like
an important season. We're going to have a new owner and all these old players.
And this is it. This is a true last season before a true changing of the guard. 'Cause a new
True
owner's
switch,
gonna-
real
right.
A
rebuild.
new owner's going to jump in and
This
let
is that
Rivera run his ship
transition
out.
year.
But we could have a new coach next year,
Do
perhaps.
you know how fortunate we are that think about all the people that we're leaving or that we're losing, but think about the fact that while you're losing all those players, you still have one of the best middle linebackers in the league in Cam Newton. And
Yeah.
so you have the pieces to build around, even
Right.
in the middle of a rebuild. It's not like you have to go out and find a franchise quarterback or a true defensive leader. Luke is going to lead our defense for as long as he's on this team.
As long as he's able to continue playing unhurt. That's my part that always worries me about Kuechly is the couple of concussions. I know being safe is good, but the man has accomplished so much in how many seasons now? 5, 6? 5 years? 5 seasons?
This would be his seventh season. because it's
Seven
Cam's
coming
eighth.
up. Is he at this point? If he played one more season, be a Hall of Fame freaking, inductee? Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I think that
Even without a ring, it's Luke Kuechly. What the man has done is just
Yeah, all pro
Beyond.
teams, Pro Bowls. I mean, he's
defensive rookie of the year, then defensive player of the year, all pro,
He's
Pro
the man.
Bowls.
I think
He's
he's
the
got
man.
all. I think he has all the qualities that you look for
He's got these-
in a Hall of Famer.
These
But
two players of the
he's gotta
caliber
have
of
the
Cam
time.
and Luke, they need rings, and this has got to happen this season.
We need a damn ring. We've been here longer than they have. Fuck them. I want a ring.
I don't think you get a ring just because you have season tickets.
You can get a ring.
Yeah, you can.
So go to
absolutely
hell,
right.
buddy.
But how much does that
I
cost?
don't care. I
I
want one.
would buy one.
Me
I
too.
think. I would
Put the
too.
shit on credit.
pay it off over the next.
There's
90
investing.
years.
That's why Herney's a great general manager. He's got so much invested in this area.
I don't know, guys. It's going to be interesting. A lot of guard changing and such. But
What else haven't we talked about? We haven't met together in a while. What's the plans for the Poundcast coming up? We have all these business cards. I think we should keep doing the show.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
we always talk
So-
about hanging out with people that watch, but we never do, and I feel that's lame.
Life is busy, but yeah, we're not connecting with everybody like our Triple G we haven't talked to in a while.
Well, even if someone just sat on the couch with us, or we had a coffee, or we talked about days gone by.
With us.
We should work on some sort of carpentry project together.
I'm with it.
WWJD.
I'm with it. I don't know, man. I'm excited, but I'm apprehensive about this season a little.
Yeah.
I don't want to come out and flop.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
We always do. After a winning season, we fucking blow it. Every fucking time.
We have to break that.
You would think. It's been 22 fucking years.
We did make it to the playoff with a losing record. That was funny.
Yeah, funny, but
I mean, how often does that happen?
Yeah.
That's nothing to hang your hat on at the end of the day.
Yeah. And
Hell,
that
we even
season
won a
still
playoff
ended.
game that year.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, best of hopes for this season. What's coming up next? The draft?
The draft, free agents.
What is the date of the draft?
The May?
Is it,
It's
I don't
in
know.
the April or the May?
This year I'm so out of it just because of the kid and the other kid that's coming
Life.
later.
And the league sucks.
And the league
And
is...
they're selling the
kinda dog shit.
team, and we don't know anything about
and I
anything.
can't read these goddamn comments because my phone won't let me.
Why wasn't the phone not working?
I don't know. Let's see what these people
Yeah,
are
go
saying.
up there and
Burn
talk to
a
these
calorie
people.
or two.
We need a number one wide receiver
Amen.
for Russell Jones.
I agree.
All
Des
right,
Bryant.
there we go. Now we're engaging our tribe.
Des
Let's see,
Bryant.
Nathan
Des
Hilborn
Bryant.
is watching. Kimberly Kramer is watching.
Tell Nathan to turn
Russell
it off.
Jones is watching.
We're talking about football, Nathan.
Nathan
Man
sucks.
stuff. You don't want it. You're not interested.
Yeah, go sell a loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, number one wide receiver. Everybody's saying that's the look at the combine. I don't know any college players, so we'll have to see.
I don't know.
Who'd you say, Patton Oswald?
Patton Oswald.
What
Yeah,
was his name?
that's him. Des Bryant.
Yeah, definitely.
Peyton.
You got to be a number one pick. Patton Oswalt.
What are you talking about?
Somebody he said earlier. We were saying Peyton Osborne.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Some college player that we're gonna have our eye on in the draft.
I'm not keeping my eye on anybody because I don't know.
No.
I didn't say a word. I don't know anyone.
Carlos is having a conversation
I
with
know
himself.
Saquon.
I
Barkley.
did. I kind of checked out for a little bit. I had a
But
conversation in
he's
my
going to be
head.
picked like second.
What's his name?
Saquon Barkley.
No, when I said you didn't
It's
say
Charles'
Saquon
son.
Barkley. You said something sounded like Patton Oswalt.
Charles' son.
Charles
Charles
Johnson
Barkley.
Jr.
Earl. I don't know, man.
Alright,
We'll see what's happening. It felt like there was way more to talk about, but at the end of the day, we just lost some players, and we had Marty Herney, and no one knows.
It's still the offseason. Marty Herney's not a
It looks
scumbag
like
anymore.
Dan Tepper might buy the team. Maybe.
Let's see.
That guy's crazy. I heard.
Joshua Meek says, or
Meeks.
Joshua Merck says, we need a true running back. Russell Jones, some cornerbacks too. Roderick
Amen,
Russ,
Russell.
running back.
They're all on us. Running back.
Don't
Wide
you love
receiver.
how high tech we are? I have the people down on YouTube. Up here is Facebook. YouTube is down here.
They have no idea what's
Is that
going on.
subliminal messaging that one is greater than the other?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just want to win some games. I
Oh,
want to get double
fun
digits.
fact. Since we're not going to make any money on it anyway, fuck you, YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
They,
Oh, I
they-
forgot about that.
They demonetized our channel, so
What?
we actually don't make any money off of the YouTube videos. So if you want
We
to
were
watch us
making
on
millions
Facebook,
before. Now our
yeah,
shit
we
is
made
we
ruined.
like
made $32 whole dollars over the
$32
course
bucks.
of 2 years
and they took it
of
from us.
hard work.
So
And,
revolt.
Yeah,
And yet
so,
we're still going to do this for you guys.
I'm not
anyway.
doing shit.
I didn't realize that
So,
either. I'd have to say
If
Facebook.
if we're a little bit lazy about the YouTube channel, just follow us on Facebook because we do more live updates there.
Yeah,
We
they
do-
pay us. Facebook. Do they pay us?
1
they don't
million.
pay us
They don't
shit.
pay shit either.
Million pesos.
Nobody pays us anything.
I paid myself.
Is anybody even watching this stuff?
I'm paying you.
I
Looks
don't
like we
know.
have some viewers.
Who gives a
There's
shit?
It doesn't matter. It's off season. We'll do our best to keep something worth talking about spoken of.
We all have to schedule some time now that my Sundays are free again. We should get together and do as many as possible in this room before we go.
Sounds like a plan.
We should maybe invite one of these viewers here to come visit. You know, it's the last
We always do,
opportunity.
and we just never follow through.
Yeah, I know. We have to go
We
through
gotta-
I
security
blame you for
clearance,
that, sir.
background
Follow through is
checks.
important.
Well, it's good to see you folks again. Whatever.
We may never see you in person,
We're never
but
coming.
watch our show
We're not going to be
Yeah.
back.
and Facebook.
So
And
keep
YouTube.
pounding.
Yeah, keep pounding.
Keep
It's
pounding.
almost the draft.
Pow!
Draft.
Peace
Draft
out,
in the
world.
World above.